We're gonna have another staying in the barn day. We'll work on the sawmill today. I've had this for, I know I'm going to be wrong on this, but 5-6 years. Bought it brand new, had it shipped to a local store that has a forklift so that I could unload it and load it, bring it home. So actually this thing comes in it's a big flat stock metal crate cage thing that it comes in, and then you have to assemble the whole bed part, and the uprights, the head unit with the engine and everything is all together, and you just have to set it on the upright section. I'm just going to talk about a few things that I like, some things that I changed. I have used this a good bit, but it has sit here for probably 2 years, hasn't been used, so I got to do a couple repairs and see if I can even get it started, because it hasn't run. So the model of this is an HM126, and I believe at the time it was, is there a 7 or a 9 horse engine you could get, and then there's the 14. This one's a 14 horse Kohler. The bed here comes, this is just the standard length, and it's measured out, it's right at like 12 feet. You can cut a 10-foot log. It's kind of tricky, because if you want 10-foot boards, you want to leave your logs like 10-2, 10-3. So it's kind of tricky getting it, because you have no room to mess with. The log pretty much has to be right up against the front of your blade to be able to make that full cut. It has a couple different magnetic measuring tapes that comes with it, and I put a piece of tape around them just to keep them from vibrating and moving. It has that one, and then it has this here is like your 4/4. I don't use it a whole lot. Really, I don't really pay attention to this one a whole lot either. I usually just throw a tape measure on it, see where it's at, and go from there. It manually raises and lowers. It's actually pretty easy. It's easy to crank. It doesn't take long to make a big change. I forget, but each one of these notches it moves it so much, I can't remember what it is. Here's the throttle. Here's where you adjust your blade tension, and they actually put a sticker on here for you so you know. You torque it 25 foot-pounds. And then if you have to adjust your tracking, you do it all on this side with this bolt here, whether you need to move the blade in or out when you're tracking. It has the water setup, and this is one thing that I did change. This was originally mounted right to here, right on these 4 bolts. And the issue I had with that was where the water comes out right here. If you had to operate this with it being up this high, it would pinch the hose off, and it didn't work out very well. So all I did was I just made some extensions and just moved the tank up a little bit. Other than that, I haven't really had to modify much or change anything. The only part I've had go bad was this valve. It did just have a on-off hand valve on it. I just put a mark, I think that's where I want to turn my water onto. So if this was all the way closed off, really I'm only turning it that far. As far as the bed goes, it does come with this one lock to hold your log. It comes with some short log stops and a couple long ones that I keep up here. Actually, there's only one of them up there, so the other must be under this straw somewhere. Yeah, so this hasn't been used, so it's become straw storage. But so I have a spot on the wall for all my tools that I need for changing blades or adjusting things. Just kind of leave them up here. This lean-to shed it was the first thing I made with the sawmill. Had a neighbor give me some old roofing metal, so I really had no money in that. I think that's about it as far as the bed goes. I guess I should mention that too, that this is all manual, pushes by hand, pushes really easy. Trying to think what else I need to touch on. It's belt driven. I think I have changed the belt once, and when I get this opened up, you'll see why it wears on the belt. But the only thing I want to try and get done today on this is we'll see if I can get it started, and I need to take both of these off because there's a bearing on the back side of these that the back of the blade rides on, and both of them are, well, actually no, that one's good. That one's moving. I've replaced this one over here. This one over here gets replaced a lot more because your water dripper is right there on it, so that bearing's just locked up. And I have a new one for it if I can find it. So I need to put that on. So you got all your safety stickers here. You want to pay attention to those. It says, moving bandsaw blade will cut. Keep hands away. Failure to do so will result in serious injury. If you don't already know that, don't go buy a sawmill or anything that has a sharp blade on it. But, you know, they have put that stuff on there, so it's on there. Pay attention to it. This thing does come with, it came with a pair of leather gloves, and it comes with safety glasses, and I do recommend that you use those. I'm not the best at wearing safety glasses, but anytime I have these doors open and mess with this blade, wear safety glasses. These blades are very unpredictable, and they will hit you in the face before you can even think about it. So you definitely don't want one of those teeth hitting you in the eyeball. I didn't buy the trailer. Of course, I guess you don't really buy a trailer. You buy a kit, and then you have to put the trailer together that these come on. So if you wanted to make it portable, I didn't want to make mine portable. I'm fine with it just sitting here, bringing logs to it. The best thing about that is nobody can come borrow your sawmill. Because if you put this on a trailer, make it mobile where it can be hooked behind a pickup truck, everybody's going to show up and want to borrow it. So that's why mine's stationary. And if anybody wants to come use it, they're more than welcome to come and use it. It just doesn't need to go anywhere. Alright, well, I'll go get my gloves and my glasses on, and we'll get this cover opened up. So there's a couple locks. There's a lock up here at the top, one on each side on the bottom, and then this plastic nut here in the center. Put it back in here so I don't lose it. Oh, look. They evict somebody from their home. Alright, this should be loose enough that this blade should just come right off. Before I pull it off, so this is the drive side. Here's the belt. The belt goes around this big pulley, and your blade drives off of that belt. So you get a lot of wear on the back side of that belt. So that's why the belt doesn't last long, I guess. But I can't say it didn't last long. It lasted a good while. I think it's about time I get a new bearing for this drive side. It's got a little play in it. Alright. Now that the blade's out of the way, at least it's not a nut, there's a bolt there that just comes in and hits the side of this and tightens it. And we're not going to be doing any blade setup, but when you do, when you put a new blade on, these just get slid all the way back. And after you get the blade tracking right, then you adjust them to the back side of the blade. So there you can see that bearing. It's held on by this Allen bolt. That bearing should spin, but it's not. It's froze up. Oh, there it goes a little bit. It's not spinning very well. So I'll clean it up, see if I can find my new one. Put that back up for now. I'm going to put some fresh gas in this. And then just cross my fingers and hope that it starts. Yes. We'll see if that's enough. Yeah, it's getting dark on me. I cranked on it a while and got it flooded out. I'll mess with it some more tomorrow and see. Need to pull the plug out and check it. Check a few other things. The carburetor. Might have to pull the carburetor off and go through it. I don't know. But we'll go get this other piece taken care of and that part will be done. So I did find my new bearing. It's a 100-CC4 is the part number. National bearings. I think I got this from Napa. Yeah, that one rolls a lot nicer. So now, if I can get this one out of here. There's a washer that it sits on. Oh, there's another washer. Couple more washers. Get all this crap cleaned out. All this old sawdust. That's all there is to it. It's the easiest thing I've done all day. You can see the new bearing back in there, and you have these two. I'm going to call them hockey puck pieces. They're hard plastic that kind of sandwiches the blade, and then the blade will, backside of the blade will ride against that bearing, and that bearing will just spin a little bit. Looks like I need to all the daggone bugs has all my water lines plugged up, so I'll have to pick all that out of there. But there it is. So when I do get the mill running, we'll run it a little bit so that you can see that. There's the back side of that bearing. So the reason I'm messing with this mill is I need to make another one of those quail cages. And the last time I did it, I ripped all them 2x8s down on the table saw. And I really don't want to do that again. It's going to be a lot easier to just stack up maybe 4 of those 2x6 or 2x8 cutoffs, and one cut I can get 4 2x2s. Plus, I just need to get it going because I should have never let it sit and this happened to it. That was my fault. But when I get all that done, I'll show you that.